Hello, my name is George Bolus, and I worked with my partners Max Whiteston and Lucas Dembski to create the Fox demo. So, for our app's main purpose, it was to demonstrate how we could take our previous knowledge, combine that with thinking power, and then be able to add our knowledge of what we had from JavaScript in order to understand how we could code C# and understand that language. From there, we'd be able to design our game through basic understandings between the two languages. That was the main purpose of our game. From there, we also had the purpose of understanding how we could combine key binding to the game and how we could institute animations with whenever the character was moving. So this right here is a video of a demonstration of our game. So our game can be used for somebody looking for a base on how to start their own game, or it could be used for somebody who needs help figuring out certain things about their game, such as jumping, or how to create an animation and tie that animation in with a movement. Along with that, the purpose of the game can also be used as a fidget, so that somebody could fidget with something while they're using the game, or get an idea while they're playing it or messing with it. The tool that we ended up using was Unity, a program used for making games that uses the code language C#. The Unity is also an individual free software that people can download to make their own games at home. Our code from Unity looks something like this. This code was using C# language, and this is just some code on basic movements for our character, or just the basic setup of some blocks and how things function in the game. This is also some more coding. This is just defining some variables and saying what each thing does and how much we want to set them all at. Unity is really helpful and good for setting up code for setting a game because they allow variables and certain things to be defined in specific areas so you can keep track of them more easily. So for here we had certain things like player, tiles, house, those types of things defined so that the program could call them much more easier. And then we had animations which were bound to certain programs that would occur whenever a specific key was touched. So this is just a general overview of what it looked like in the actual Unity, but here is a thought map of how it would work. So if an entry was put in, for example, the jump button, then the player idle, which is what exactly is moving the fox, would jump and could run at the same time. But if the player was crouching, it could also run and jump at the same time. But notice how there isn't arrows? That means the player could not jump and run at the same time. So in any status that it would be able to jump. In the crouch status, it couldn't jump over blocks and things of that nature. This is just a general overview and a simplified, much more or less complex version of how the code was running and what the player would end up doing based on the key bindings that would command the main character or the fox to do what it would say. I would just like to thank you for listening and taking time to look at our app, and it's greatly appreciated.